Living in Mexico has taught me that you can move to another country, you can wake up to sunshine and blue skies, you can be living a peaceful life, you can have all of the freedom and abundance that you've always desired to have. But life is still going to life, because a move abroad is not escapism. It doesn't magically just solve every problem in life. There are still going to be times where you have to do work within yourself. You are still going to go through that just natural ebb and flow of life where you go through all the motions. It's going to still be times where you may experience darkness, sadness, uncertainty. You may even just go through times where you feel completely disconnected. Having spiritual practices that keep me grounded play a huge role in the way in which I am able to keep myself balanced and in harmony with my divine flow. And today I'm going to be sharing the spiritual practices that are a part of my day-to-day life. First is what I call having a rising empowerment routine. I feel like it is so important to do your absolute best at pouring into yourself upon rising, because that really sets the tone for your day. So what I do during my rising empowerment routine is I always start off with expressing gratitude, and I express gratitude out loud for everything that I am grateful for. I also meditate, and I'm very big on doing altar work. I am very connected with my ancestors, my spirit guides, connecting with my higher self. And then I journal. I'm also very big on setting my intentions. Like, I set my intentions for greatness every single day, and just really being in a space of expecting great things to happen to me and for me. And then I also do affirmations. Next would be being very deeply connected with Mother Nature. I love to take daily walks. I ground, which is, placing my bare feet on the ground. I tree hug. I sun gaze when the UV index is safe for my eyes. I moon gaze. I spend a lot of time at night just under the stars and really communicating with the stars. Nature is medicine, is therapy, and anytime I'm feeling any level of being overstimulated or overwhelmed, I'm always going to go put myself in nature somewhere, whether it's at the park, it's in my backyard, it's walking around my neighborhood, it's going to the beach. Mother Nature is going to do it for me every single time. She is the greatest teacher, and it's just the greatest form of therapy and medicine. And what I love about nature is that it's free for all of us to access and to benefit from. Next, I would say protecting my energy. I am very intentional in terms of who I spend time with, who I talk to, the type of conversations I participate in, who has access to me. I am also okay with saying no without over-explaining myself. And I do not feel obligated to consistently converse with anybody other than my child. And silence is golden. A lot of energy is drained, and we use a lot of energy just talking. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is shut the fuck up. So very, very, very protective of my energy, and I do not play about anybody disturbing my peace. Next would be detoxing and fasting. I am plant-based, but I do an extended detox 4 times per year as the seasons change, and I either do an all fruit detox, a juice detox, or a raw food detox. Sometimes I'll do like a hybrid where I kind of combine all of those elements, and in between the extended detoxes I will do mini detoxes, like 1 or 2 days. And within my detoxes I always have at least 1 day where I fast, where I do not consume anything. And detoxing and fasting is not only good for my physical health, it's also good for my mental health. Having mental clarity is good for discipline. It's good for raising that vibration. It's good for clearing up energetic blockages you may have in your chakra. So being intentional not only with what I eat just on a day-to-day basis, but making sure I get my detoxes and my cleanses and my fasting in as well. Next would be exercising. I exercise 4 to 5 times per week. And I literally have to work out. It has been a part of my lifestyle now for so many years, to where I need it. I literally need exercise. It's a great way for me to release. It's also so good for your mental health, for raising that vibration, and to just help put you in a good mood. It's like, even on the days where I don't feel like it, you always feel so good when you complete your workout. I feel like it's just such a great way to stay accountable to yourself. And one of the things I express gratitude for every day is all of my bodily functions and just having good health. And so for me, exercising is a way for me to express that gratitude and that love for myself in action. So exercising is definitely a huge part of what helps keep me grounded, what helps keep me balanced, and is literally something that I have to do. Next would be having conversations out loud with myself. I know that all of the answers that I seek are within me, and that anytime I open up that line of communication with myself, I always receive the clarity and the answers that I desire. So I talk out loud to myself, literally, self, what are we feeling right now? Self, what do we desire right now? Self, why do we have resistance to this? Self, why this? Why that? Like having those conversations out loud and then allowing those answers to come to me. Next would be utilizing plant medicine and participating in sacred ceremonies. And when I say plant medicine, I'm primarily speaking about mushrooms. Even though mushrooms are not technically plants, we're going to just call it plant medicine. And that's one of the things I do love about being here in Mexico, is having access to plant medicine. And I'm a huge advocate on utilizing mushrooms to do deep inner work, to do deep inner healing, and to also expand consciousness. And I was already utilizing mushrooms for those reasons prior to moving here. And since being here, I have also done some other types of plant medicine, bufo, ayahuasca, and tabascoite. But I utilize mushrooms periodically throughout the year, always when I am feeling called to do them. And it plays a huge role in just my spiritual ascension and elevation, and me just really truly remembering the divinity of who I am, and also participating in sacred ceremonies like cacao ceremonies and temazcal ceremonies. Those have also played a huge role in me just staying grounded, me being able to release what needs to be released, and just opening myself up to ascend and evolve and just elevate to higher levels. Last would be listening to high vibrational music. You know, music penetrates our subconscious in a way that nothing else does. Just think about how a song can get stuck in your head. Even if you don't like a song, it can just get stuck in your head and you're repeating that over and over and over like a mantra. So for me, it's like if I got some music stuck in my head, I want it to be some high vibrational, life affirming, beautiful, positive music. So some of my favorite high vibrational artists are Lava, Free Soul, Tony Jones, Chris and Teeb, Tone Levels, Peachka, Shariah Wise, Mellow Will, Ricardo Rich. Who else I be listening to? Jimanelle, Risa Vibes, Cokes Marie, Londrell. And, you know, these are some of the artists that are in heavy rotation when it comes to what I'm listening to. I also do love to listen to some oldies. I love the OJs, Anita Baker, stuff like that. And, you know, music is just plays such a huge role in our lives. And it's like every now and then I throw on some, you know, mainstream music here and there. But for the most part, I got my high vibrational artists in rotation, because that is the kind of music that I want to be stuck in my mind. If my mind is going to be repeating songs all day, I want it to be songs that are on that higher vibrational frequency for sure. It is so important to have things that you do for yourself on a consistent basis that keep you grounded, that keep you on that higher vibration, because we are vibrational beings and our vibration sets the tone for everything. We attract from where we vibrate at. So it's nothing more important than keeping yourself on the highest frequency that you can. So these are the things that I do to help me do that. And it's like no matter what life throws at me, I always know how to find my way back to my center. And this is just what I do. You know, it's like, it's almost like hygiene. You just do this on a regular basis to keep yourself on that high frequency. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this video today, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, do all of those great things. I will greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.